Last season, we made our debut in Europe and dropped huge money on striker Gianluca Scamacca to lead this team to glory, but he did not exactly settle in well and struggled to score goals. In fact, that's a running theme with the whole squad. We just cannot find the back of the net right now. And Wolves are suffering. We're down in 19th place in the league, and we absolutely need a pick-me-up at this point of the season. Now, we have a lot of options in the squad. Scamacca and Neto are the ones we're going with up top, and I'm just going to try to tweak the tactics. If we get Scamacca to stay central and then have Neto drift wide, maybe the two of them can finally start playing well together. And as we get back to the games, it's not Neto, but Guedes who plays that role to perfection, finding space in behind, drifting wide, and then playing in our big man. You won't have an easier finish than that. But hey, whatever we can do to get him some kind of confidence, I'll take it right now. And then it's back to the Champions League. 2 games left and we need a win to guarantee ourselves a spot in the knockout rounds. It is PSG up next, and they absolutely embarrassed us last episode, 5-1. We have to flip the script and go out there and get some kind of result against them this time around. And the question, as always, is going to be who starts up top. Now, Andrich is actually our striker who's pulled in front in terms of most goals this season. He's had a good run in the league the last couple of games, and it's a hard decision because Scamacca signed for so much money, but I'm actually going to sit him on the bench for this one and bring Andrich and his partner Guedes back into the fold. Let's see if the two of them can get the job done against a big team. This will be a real test to find out who our striker will be going forwards. And this lack of clinicality is what is coming to bite us at the moment. Hopefully it won't again in this game, because we have been the better team so far. Bazoer to the back post, and no one there again. We just cannot finish our chances. And then with the game on the line, it is Mbappe. Shows us how it's done. A strike from distance, pinpoint precision, and a goal out of almost nothing all game for PSG. We go into the second half, desperate to get ourselves back inside, and Philip Andrich makes a mess of that finish. Well, this is not exactly taking his chances we would have hoped, and he comes off, Scamacca comes on. We can't play around with strikers who are missing the target at the moment. As heartbreaking as it is to pull strikers off, we need somebody to really just step up to the challenge when there's competition for spots and find a goal. Nori now looking for a ball through, and he finds Scamacca. It's a beautiful turn. And he doesn't do any better. Our strikers cannot hit even just on target, let alone the back of the net. It's been pitiful, and somebody needs to turn the tides here. It's not good enough on the night, and this leaves us in the final game of our Champions League group stage. Here against Celtic, we need a win, or at least a draw, to ensure that we're going through to the knockout stages. And we will keep tinkering with this team until something works, but as of yet, I just haven't found it. We got a lot of strikers on the bench, but I'm going with Scamacca and Neto for this. Let's see if they can't repay some faith in them and just get some sort of consistency here. Scamacca with the chance, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, cannot find his way past him, and it's just simply not good enough once again. Neto over the top. Scamacca, surely! Oh my gosh. And hopefully a goal will eventually come here. Nori, we've been dominating this game. Scamacca, this has to be a goal. Neto finally finishes. Oh my god, that's been a long time coming, and you can't make it any easier than that. We'll take goals however we can get them. And from here, the floodgates open just a little bit. Scamacca finally gets a goal as well. Is this the kind of form that we've been looking for all season? All we need is to keep this up for more games now. We've seen flashes of stuff from players over the course of the season, but absolutely no consistency. So we sneak our way through. We are going through to the knockout rounds, but just barely. It did come down to the wire. And with this, we have some tough decisions to make. On paper, Andrich has scored the most goals. Scamacca's starting to find some kind of form, but a wrench is thrown into the gears here. We're going to have a huge decision to make, as 4 of our players are up on a contract at the end of this year, and among them is Philip Andrich. Only 7 months left, and if he is not guaranteed to be a starter by the time January rolls around, he could easily be on his way out for another club. There's no doubt he's got tons of potential. He's one for the future. For us right now, though, we need to figure out who our starting striker is going to be for the short term. So coming up in this next game, I'm going to put Andrich up top. Let's see if he can stake a claim, but between him and Scamacca, someone's probably going to have to give this season, and it's just going to come down to who the better striker can be. Andrich up top for this one. Let's see if he can't prove to us why he deserves a starting spot. But against Tottenham in a really important game here in the Carabao Cup, we need somebody to deliver. It doesn't matter who, we just need goals, and that's been a problem as of late. Tottenham, though, sneaking their way through, found the opening goal of the game. Catastrophic defending for a change. Our defense has actually been one of our brighter spots this season, but in that instance, it lets us down. And as we come into the second half here, we still need a goal. Castagna, Bezoer, he's been one of our main sources the last season. Can't quite sneak that through for Andrich, who is looking to get ahead on it. So unfortunately, some substitutions now. It is Scamacca and Neto coming on. Along with Guedes, we're going to try to go with 3 up top. Can somebody find us a goal here late in the game? It is Guedes with the ball at his feet, plays it through. Castagna, lovely crossing position for Scamacca, who does finally score. Well, this is the kind of striker response we've been looking for. A crucial goal in a crucial moment to carry us here to a penalty shootout late in the game. And now a half chance for Wolves, who haven't had the best game out here. But we could put that all to bed with an impressive penalty shootout. 3-3, it is Koke who steps up to score the 4th for Tottenham. And now the pressure is on Gianluca Scamacca, the substitute, to take our 4th penalty and keep us in this shootout. Can he stand up to the pressure and keep his consistency going? No, saved by the goalkeeper, and now we are on the back foot. Tottenham step up, Jose Sa makes the save, and we still survive. Nunes scores. We're going the extra rounds here. It is Basuma who scores, and the pressure's on. This could be the final kick of the game. Richard Lee Bezoer sinks it. We're going another round. Tension is high. Emerson Royale, who scores a little dink over the top into the corner, and now one more chance from Connor Cody to keep this going. The former captain of Wolves, can he sink it? No, it is saved by Jordan Pickford again. Heartbreaking stuff from 2 players who have struggled this season, Scamacca and Cody, who picked up a red card last episode. And we are out of the Carabao Cup. There's still a lot to play for this season, but that is disheartening to say the least. And now we still have tough decisions to make. I cannot pick between Scamacca and Andrich at the moment. Andrich offers us a little more versatility, and he's going to get some attempts here as we continue to swap back and forth between our strikers. But it is Scamacca who, in the end, makes the difference in our game against Aston Villa, which is crucial in the race for a European spot. And increasingly over time, he is proving that he can come up big when we need him. And honestly, that doesn't look too great for the future of Filip Andrich. Now, they're both even on goals, and that's maybe not even the best metric to compare these guys, but like I said, Andrich a little bit more of a playmaker. However, he's not scoring as many goals when we need him. With 6 months left on his contract, we're entering January, and it's looking like he's probably on his way out. But we have bigger things to worry about immediately as Real Madrid trigger the $100 million release clause for our star and captain, Ruben Neves, who ultimately says he wants to see himself out as well. Well, we have to do everything we can to keep him here. I'm not going to take that at face value. And we go into contract negotiations and offer him significantly more than any other player in the squad to keep this player around. We cannot afford to lose him when the squad is already struggling this season. And thankfully, he accepts the offer. He had his head turned by arguably the biggest team in the world. He is still here to stay. Ruben Neves is the highest paid Wolves player now, but this could cause problems. The Premier League is now investigating our formerly highest paid player, Weston McKennie. For those of you who remember, back in Season 1, the owner got McKennie here by paying him secret wages under the table, and now that that has come to light, we could be in trouble. And ultimately, McKennie is forced out of the club as his contract is terminated, which leaves us down a man. And on top of this, we are given a 6-month transfer ban, which means we can't sign any replacements in January. Well, Wolves have been hit hard all of a sudden from a season that we were already sort of struggling in. One of our best players, Weston McKennie, is forced to get a release from the club, and that's going to cost us $5 million on top of losing one of our 3 starting midfielders and star players. This is a huge blow. I don't need to tell you guys that. But arguably even bigger than that loss is the fact that we are now in January but unable to make signings until the summer of next season. Well, this is going to be tough, that is for sure. Our next best option at center mid is Joao Mario, who's been a substitute on and off the last few seasons. I don't think he has what it takes to be a starter right now, so I'm going to drop Ruben Neves back And this just might solve our striker problem. I'm throwing Andrich up as an attacking midfielder. He's technically a center forward. He's got the passing stats for it. And maybe, just maybe, we can keep our front line happy with this small change. Scamacca and Guedes up top with Andrich behind them. Our 3 best attacking players will all be out there on the pitch. And hopefully that means we can finally find some goals for the remainder of this season. And as we get back to the action here, the pressure is on with this team. How can we stand up to the challenges put in front of us? A transfer ban, losing a player, morale at an all-time low? Well, I can tell you one thing. Filip Andrich looks up for the challenge, grabbing a goal here to put us back level with Burnley. Hopefully that is not the last impressive line of play we'll see from him this season. Finding space a little bit deeper, but we know he's got an eye for the finish. And now played through for Guedes, who lofts it up for Scamacca, the scorpion kick. Oh my God, take a bow. What a goal from our striker. But everyone involved was there. Andrich played it through, Guedes with the cross, and then Scamacca with the finish. You won't find a more beautiful team goal than that. And this is exactly what we would have been hoping when we set that front line up. However, our problems just do not stop. Richard Bezoar, our star box-to-box center back who revolutionized the team last year, has his clause triggered by Roma and an offer coming in for João Mario. Well, we simply cannot let any players go if we can control it this season because we have a transfer ban and I don't think it would be wise to shake up this squad any more than it already has been. So again, we go back into contract negotiations with Bezoar, and I'll give whatever it takes to keep him. They want a release clause. We bumped it up to 70 million, which isn't too bad. And then whatever wages they want, honestly, I'm going to take it. He wasn't asking for a lot. It's a little bumper contract. He'll stick around, thankfully, remaining a star of this team for some time to come. And this brings us back to our earlier point. Filip Andrich still on a contract running out this season. Now, though, we can guarantee him playing time. I'm going to offer him an important role in this team, and as our attacking midfielder for the future with the way the team is shaken out, hopefully he will agree to stay and be part of our plans. And he does. A huge bump in his contract to 60,000 a week. Previously, I think 4, so definitely a sign of our trust in him. And while we're at it, Johnny's not a player who's played too much, and even though we get gouged on the prices, we need to keep him around because, again, we can't make any signings for a little while here. So, we get here to the rest of the season. We have Man United coming up in the FA Cup. We're in 5th place in the league. We've seen the team come back to some form, and things are starting to round out. The pressure is on. We got FA Cup, we've got the league, and we still have the Champions League. Hopefully we can get out there and start to grind out results when it matters the most here late in the season. We've kept ourselves in the running despite struggling a bit this season. And again, despite all the odds put against us, hopefully we can show that we have what it takes to be a successful team and still challenge for a European spot. Nunes with a great challenge there, but it is deemed a foul. Dembele goes down. However, huge shock here as the referee pulls out a red card. Mateus Nunes sent off only 8 minutes into the match. Well, I'm not usually one to be too against the referees there, but that did not seem like a red card to me, and it could have thrown the entire game away so early. Wolves, though, showing that never die kind of spirit, and Gianluigi Scamacca with the diving header. This guy has absolutely taken off the last couple of games and is really finding his footing here after struggling at Wolves. And despite all that, we remain in front, still a man down, but still going strong in this game. Manchester United really piling the pressure on here. It's going to be tough to hang on the entirety of this game a man down, but hey, the players look motivated, and Guedes, for some reason, given this much space to run into, could this be another goal? Lofts it up, Andrich with the chance, poor touch off the post. That was our chance to find a second. And again, our poor finishing might come back to bite us here as Dembele goes down. Lovely challenge from Connor Cody. This time, no foul. And then Wolves, how about this, playing out from pressure. It is beautiful stuff. And the team play from this squad is really still one of the best features of how we play. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful attacking build-up. It's just the finishing. If we can get that worked out, I think we will be back to challenging some of the best teams in the world. Bezoar, great chance getting forward. And though he was offsides, this is why this guy finds so many goals for us. Despite being a center back, he finds himself in the box as much as our strikers at times. And then Manchester United taking advantage of that hole left in our defense to equalize. Thomas Muller, don't know what he's doing at United these days, but he finds a goal. With only minutes remaining here, we just need to hang on. Maybe we can see this one out through extra time as well. Sancho dancing around Konza, 1 tackle, 2 tackles, somehow still going. Sancho, no way! Simply unbelievable. Well, this whole game has gone against us. We threw everything we had at it. It just wasn't enough this time. You can see my cursor on the screen there for a second because I hit the keyboard so hard after conceding that. Heartbreaking stuff from Wolves, and again, against the odds, we just don't come up successful. We're out of the FA Cup. We're still in 5th place in the league, though. Let's not get down about it. We have Dortmund coming up, the round of 16 in the Champions League. Still a lot to play for this season. Things are turning around, and check this out, guys. Scamacca now up to 16 goals. He has absolutely taken off after a really rough 10 or 15 initial appearances. Andrich not doing too bad either. Guedes is scoring and assisting quietly. And also, we can't go without talking about Bazoer. 6 goals and an assist from center back. Still one of the most important players in this squad. And it's all going to come to a head. Next episode, we'll take on the rest of the season. See y'all next time.